After a student who said he had been bullied stabbed a classmate to death, the mayor promised to make it easier for students who feel unsafe or are otherwise being bullied to transfer to another school. But families say that's not what's happening. We've learned the school system does not even track transfer requests. New York One education reporter Lindsay Christ, who's been getting this information through her newly granted Freedom of Information request, has our exclusive story.
10-year-old Lance Rodriguez has been having a hard time at school.
These kids keep just bullying me. I don't like it, especially when they're saying things about my coach, about my background, like, because I'm Hispanic and they're harassing me for that.
His father Neil wants Lance to transfer out of PS 146 in Howard Beach, a process known as a safety transfer.
I just need a new start by going to a different school.
But Lance's dad says his requests for help seem to have fallen through the cracks. He says he filed a report with the Department of Education about bullying more than a month ago, and when he followed up with a call, he was told somebody would get back to him.
No one calls me back. No one calls me back.
Mayor De Blasio and Schools Chancellor Carmen Fariña pledged to take harassment even more seriously after a Bronx high school student who said he'd been bullied for years and complained about it stabbed a classmate to death in September. A month later, the city said any student who's been bullied automatically qualifies for a safety transfer.
We will work with the family to identify alternative options.
Last winter, New York One filed a request under the Freedom of Information Act, asking the Education Department for data on safety transfers. After 10 months, the department finally admitted to us that it does not know how many students request such transfers, how many requests are denied, and how many students reject the transfers they're offered.
That's shocking and hugely problematic, the fact that they are saying that they're not tracking when students' families are requesting transfers.
Officials say they only know how many students actually transfer for safety reasons, 1,513 in the last school year. Experts say without more information, it will be difficult to track the progress of reforms and hold anyone accountable for change.
How can you even evaluate it if you don't have the full context, if you don't have data?
Meanwhile, advocates say many students, like Lance Rodriguez, feel abandoned.
Every day of school, I say in my head, should I go to school today? No, I can't have these kids bullying me all my life.
We should say it took 10 months for the Department of Education to come back with this, and it's not exactly a complete picture that they came back with even after 10 months.
Exactly. I requested this last January, along with a lot of other Freedom of Information Act requests that I have outstanding with the Department of Education. They're notoriously bad and they've gotten worse. Ironically, under this mayor who had said he was going to make the requests for information much easier, it's really hard to get information. So I requested this long before this stabbing. It's a lot more relevant now even.
How do they understand how severe the bullying problem may be if they don't have numbers like this to track it?
Exactly. If they don't know how many students are requesting to get out of a given school, they have no idea that that school is in crisis. Mm-hmm. And what they do know, as I said in the story, is how many students transfer into other schools for safety reasons. But what if one school has 200 kids requesting a safety transfer and the principal's just not helping them get the paperwork in, or they're not being granted that safety transfer? We don't know that, and that would be a real flashpoint.
Right. I mean, the principal potentially has the pressure to say, you know, can you guys work this out?
Exactly.
What can parents take away from this? Is there, in learning about this, was there a strategy for parents that might have emerged?
Well, I mean, you have to be, and the father in this story is incredibly persistent, but you have to be unbelievably persistent. There are advocates that can help you, but you shouldn't have to turn to an advocate just to get through a process with the Department of Education, but in some cases, that seems to be the case right now.
Okay, thanks for your reporting, Lindsay.